All right, 20 days out, and both candidates better look out because the guy who could knock them out is here, and he wasn't even in any of these debates. I'm talking about Libertarian nominee Gary Johnson. He's gaining some support in some pivotal states. In fact, he's on 48 state ballots, and that could swing the whole race. Whether or not he wins, just the effect he has in those states. Governor, good to have you.
It's great to be here, and I'd like to think I'd be offering up the truth side of all this. A couple of weeks ago, we have a debate over who's going to spend more money on Medicare when we have to slash Medicare spending. It's a benefit that you and I pay $30 for and get a $100 benefit. By extension, we pay $30,000 into a benefit that we collect $100,000 for.
So it's would not Governor Johnson kill Medicare?
Not kill it, no, but balance the federal budget now. That's I promised to submit a balanced budget to Congress in the year 2013. Couple that with eliminating income tax, eliminating corporate tax,
and replacing it with what?
Well, a federal consumption tax. One federal consumption tax. In this case, I'm embracing the fair tax. I think that's the answer.
And you don't think that would put a chill on the economy?
No, I think tens of millions of jobs get created in a zero corporate tax rate environment. I mean, you got Obama and Romney sparring over a couple of points when it comes to...
By the way, what did you think of the debate last night?
Well,
whether it was really an unbiased, uncommitted crowd.
Well, it's just much to do about nothing, and I really thought that it was... one-sided against Romney. I thought that... And Romney made some terrific points when it came to dollars and cents. I thought he crushed Obama when it came to dollars and cents.
The polls seem to bear that. On economic issues, most say he won handsomely.
I think if given a head... Well, no, I think if given a head-to-head with Romney, I think I beat Romney on dollars and cents. If given a head-to-head on Obama on social issues, I think I beat Obama on social issues.
Which is why, depending on the state, Governor, you hurt one or the other. I want to get a New Hampshire first, where you're on the ballot, where you, in a race that has the two major candidates almost even, could tip it either way to the other guy. The same in some of these other states we're looking at, Florida, Nevada, Colorado. Here's the traditional argument. You hurt Mitt Romney more than you do Barack Obama.
So 5 states have actually put this to the test, and New Mexico, Colorado, Nevada, I take more votes away from Obama. Michigan, North Carolina, I take more votes away from Romney. So at the end of the day, really, it's going to end up being taking away from both candidates. And I'm making the case...
But you could be like in 2000 what Ralph Nader was. He was barely a blip, but in Florida he might have flipped it.
Well, so how many states do I flip for Romney because I take votes away from Obama? I mean, it's the same situation.
You don't buy the argument that you flip more states hurting Mitt Romney than the president.
I take more into you know what I'm believing is that if people vote their conscience, if people vote for the person that they think is really going to do the best job, and I'm making that case that that's me, that ultimately that's how we change the system, is voting for who we believe in, as opposed to...
I think you could cross the 2.75% threshold of Ralph Nader. The question is, could you ever get the 19%, I think, in 1992 that Ross Perot got?
Well, if I was, arguably right now I'm at 5-6%. Let me point out. Yeah, let me point out the obvious. Do you hear my name every 6 times you hear Obama's name 45 times? Not even close. Not even remotely close. If I was just given the due that I've earned to this point, I think I might be the next president of the United States because of the focus on what I have done.
Well, I think the problem is we have several third-party candidates. You have a Green Party, right?
Yeah. Well,
do we have to coalesce around a third party, period?
Well, no, I think that this is, speaking with that broad brushstroke, I think the majority of Americans are fiscally responsible. I think they're socially accepting. Where does that get represented by either the Republicans or the Democrats? Democrats are horrible on dollars and cents. Republicans, I think, are horrible when it comes to civil liberties. And then they're not so good in the categories that they're supposed to be good on. The debate that ended the other night between Ryan and Biden, Ryan says, hey, we're going to increase spending by 3%. They're going to increase spending by 4.5%. What's the big deal? I am
it is weird.
Generalizing here.
Did the smiling Biden thing creep you out?
Oh, it creeped me out.
Yeah.
It was one of those
funhouse type of a deal.
It was one of those debates that if you listened to it on the radio, I think you might have come away believing that Biden won, but watching it on television,
see the Freddy Krueger smile.
It was horrible.
Very, very good stuff, Governor. I'm kidding. I'm not going to see the Biden family calling it, but it was creepy. That's just me.